Hey guys, and welcome back to another replay analysis. This time I have a 3v3 replay analysis for you guys today. So for the people who want to understand 3v3 a little bit better, and of course for the people who just want to understand how to play Rocket League better, because we still will learn that in this one, even if it's not a 2s and 1s replay. I want to do a 3v3 replay in particular because in the past kind of 3 videos since I've kind of brought this channel back, we have done 1s and 2s. So just wanted to get a 3v3 1 in there to see how we feel about it, okay? This player is named Poke or Pokey. I'm going to call him Pokey because I'm a big fan of Pokemon and I want to call him Pokey. Hopefully that's his name, but I think it is because on Steam in this game, his name is P-O-H-K-E, and then on Discord it's P-O-K-E. I'm going to use that H as an indication that it's Pokey. Don't ask, but it is what it is. All right, his rank is GC1. This game mode is 3-3, he says. Scoreline, a 3-2 win. Bit of a spoiler, but that's okay. General background, I started playing Rocket League in November 2020 and quickly improved. Hitting GC after just under 2 years. Since then, I felt a lack of improvement and inconsistency. I feel I haven't improved much since the start of 2023, and I'm not sure why. I peaked at GC2 in May of 2023 and haven't been back since. This is why I'm reaching out for you to help. I've tried coaching before and had one main takeaway. You're using your mechanics to make up for your mistakes rather than using it to elevate your gameplay. I understand where he was coming from since my mechanics are definitely above my rank, but if you go into more depth about this, that would be appreciated. His strengths, he says, is, my mechanical ability is probably around GC2 to 3 in terms of what I can pull off. Not as consistent though, which I think is an important thing. I'm glad you kind of said that yourself. We'll get onto that a little bit later. He says good aerial ability and can work with many awkward setups, decent ground game and flicks. Letting his teammates go for the ball is a strength. He thinks he focuses on avoiding double commits. However, this often leads to too much hesitation when I do need to go and I get beat. Another one of his strengths is demoing and avoiding demos. Now, he listed off here a ton of weaknesses. Decision making, list of all common errors, which aerial mechanic to use, that's one. For example, air dribble or double tap. Clear or control, whether you should clear the ball or control the ball, that's number 2. Pass or go solo, when to challenge, when to cut rotation, go back post, when to go for big boost, when to pre-jump or save, 50-50s, aerial boost efficiency, taking too much time on balls that I clearly have. I think they won't go and then get beat. Countering weird kickoff strats and cheats. Oh, okay. A lot of weaknesses this player thinks. I'm not sure about those weaknesses. I think that we're going to be, we're undermining ourselves in this one. I wanted to make a long intro, 3 minutes. We'll get onto this video now. But I did want to kind of highlight everything he said, just to, give a bit of background. And that's interesting. I'm not sure if we'll see all those weaknesses. I think we're going to be a better player than we think here. We're going to focus in on a couple weaknesses. I don't want to talk about all of them. There's about 10 there. We're not going to do that. We might highlight maybe one thing on each, but we'll hone in, highlight in on 2 to 3 weaknesses mainly and talk about some of the good points here. And then hopefully we'll have some takeaways for us to learn from here and for everyone else that's not this player watching this video to also learn from. Let's get into it, okay? Right. First off, we're just waiting in net. With a ball like this, I don't mind applying pressure as third man here because you have the momentum coming out of net and you have more boost. However, actually, that being said, you might want to think about, and now that you can see your teammates' boost amount, letting the player with a low amount of boost pressure the ball, okay? Because they don't have to do much, right? It's better for the person who's on a high amount of boost to simply wait, because if the person who's on a low amount of boost forces it back, which is their job, they just have to force the ball off the opponent, then the person with high boost, for example, you in this situation who would be playing behind, can get a free ball, okay? So that's just something to think about. And I'm not going to say whether this is a right or wrong thing. It's just a thing, okay? It's just a thing, right? So players have different tendencies. For example, I'm like you here. I probably would push out in this situation, but I'd be very controlled with the way I do it. My teammates are on low boost, and we have to understand that. Maybe pushing up for that mid boost is a little bit of a not necessary, but it's not a big deal. We won't go into it too much. Okay, great touch. That's absolutely perfect here. If we can do it with a bit more control. So braking as we make that first touch. Guys, if you want a better first touch in balls like this, where you're popping it up, brake as you hit the ball, or, you know, right before, and I mean right before. It's almost as you're making contact. That will pop the ball up in the same height, similar height as you just got, but a little bit closer to you. And that means we're not reaching for this ball. We're not trying to use our 60 boost that we've done a really good job of saving to just reach the ball and then, you know, not be able to get a flip reset like we would have wanted to in that position. Nice recovery. Excuse me, sorry. Good boost grab. Okay. Just be careful of balls like this, because it is common for our teammates to go for a ball like this in solo queue, which we are solo queuing, yep. So just be careful. And if you do go for a ball like this, you really be needing to be making contact here. It's very dangerous to just miss that, which I'm not saying just hit it, because obviously that would be bad advice. It's just a mechanical error. What I will say in this position is that you need to cover the player more, okay? So you're focused on the ball. Your eyes are on the ball. You're focused on the player who's near the ball. We're not on about that player. We're on about this player, okay? We need to cover this guy, all right? So all we have to do here is just almost follow him, right? And we can jump at a certain point, but we're simply going to follow him down this path, right? Into this direction. And we're just going to keep an eye on where he goes, basically, all right? And then once the pass comes, we can then jump and be ready for it to get up to this ball. You will get to it first, because you're not concerned about hitting it in... Sorry, I'll start that again. You have more directions to hit the ball than your opponent. Because your opponent can only hit the ball on target, or that's where they really want to hit the ball to get the best outcome, they have to go a little bit slower to the ball. Because you can hit it across the pitch, for example, back into your other corner, you know, you can hit it from this angle. If we look here, you can hit it, you know, for God's sake, it's done this. Okay, you can hit it down there, right? You can also hit it up back to the backboard or into the corner over here, all right? You can hit it up to here to your teammate. A bunch of different ways you can hit it. You can loft it up into the mid spot for this guy to, you know, turn around like that and then get onto the ball. There's so many different ways that you can get onto this ball, which basically makes it faster for you to get up. That's the whole thing, all right? So all you have to be concerned about in this position isn't guarding the ball, it's guarding the player. You stick on the player. You wait for him to see what he's going to do. In fact, you even steal this boost. That's what my first thing I'd be doing here is, okay? You see this player pushing up for an extension pass, if you like. I don't call them that, but I know a lot of players do, or they might have heard it from different coaches. I've heard it from different coaches. It's like you're going up the pitch, pass forward, basically. Steal the mid boost from him. Make him awkward. Don't focus on the ball. You don't need to. All right, they do a really good play. It's well executed. And honestly, it's a really good pass by the guy to find that player downfield. It's a really nice use of the pitch. Okay. I don't mind it. I think it's fine to be a bit greedy, and that is a bit greedy. But prioritize yourself. I really don't mind it. You know, that's how you're going to improve, unfortunately. Apologies to all the players that will tell me off for saying that, you know, oh, this guy stole the ball from his teammate, cut rotation, whatever. You're going to improve faster. If you take more balls in the air, if you take control, you're going to improve. And I don't care about this guy, you know, improving. I care about you improving, right? So I'd say take that ball, okay? That being said, if you want to make the correct play here, in my opinion, just leave it if that guy does have a clear angle and no one from the other team is around the ball, okay? He's got a better angle. He's got a faster approach, and he's got a more efficient approach, okay? He can get that play and make it up to here, crossing the midfield line as you're about to grab that boost, okay? So the ball's already in their half, and we're going to be in a really nice offensive spot because this guy's going to go for the mid boost, hopefully, yep. And then the ball will be around here. We would have had the mid boost, and we'd be able to follow up. That's the best play, in my opinion. But that all being said, like I said, really don't mind this. Now, if you want to make a play like this, go to the ceiling. So hit the ball on the curve. All right, you're a very skilled player in my eyes so far this game. Hit the ball on the curve, you can do that. If you don't know how to do that, practice it. You'll pick it up quick. And I'm not going to give any more tips other than that because you will pick this up fast. If you hit the ball on the curve, it will just simply roll nicely into the midfield along with your car. It's just a really easy setup that you should be using basically whenever you can, in my opinion. It's really quick, really efficient, and you'll get good shots off it, okay? Focus on the curve, get a good touch, roll the ball into the middle off the ceiling, go for a ceiling shot. Don't pass this mid. If you get a poor touch here, okay? So this first touch isn't what we want. I do this all the time. Go for a double flip reset, okay? Or not even a double reset. Like get underneath the ball and use your flip to get underneath the ball for a reset. So it's just a first reset. It's not a double flip reset. You get what I'm saying, okay? If you don't have to do that again, practice it. This situation, you can do it. You would arrow to the other side here. You wouldn't arrow that's to the right. To know how it took me that long to figure out. You'd arrow to the left, get underneath the ball, flip to the left. You'd get a reset, and you can get a nice play. It's tough, very highly mechanical, but you're a highly skilled player. We can work on things like that, okay? So that's what you should have done in that position if you got the bad first touch like you did. The reason why this play isn't good is because we're just passing it with not much momentum. We're also, because we're low momentum on our touch, it means that we're just flying in front of the ball. It means our recovery is slow. The ball is going slow, so our teammate's hit is going to be going slow, and our teammate is going to be going slow off his recovery from the touch, because he has to move slow because the ball's going slow. He's coming from a standstill position, okay? It also gives the other team time to prepare, to get boost, to set up a good defensive position. Look, it's really bad. It's actually just really bad what we've done. And it's not completely your fault. This guy could have got a better touch, but we will put most of the blame on you here because you're the one trying to learn from this. So I think that because we're now both floating, we've just landed, but what? How much boost are we on? We've probably used, we're on 24. This guy's floating. He's about to land with 24. So we've used about, 154 boost or something like that. And, 152. Don't know. Yeah. A lot of boost. That's the point. Lots of boost. And the ball's gone nowhere. Okay. So if you can't speed the ball up with a pass into the midfield, most of the time you don't want to be doing that. Simple as that, right? These high lofting passes from the wall to that midfield spot where they're just a bit slow, it's not efficient. Okay, this is probably a goal, but that being said, we could improve this shot. Okay, let me go back. So this touch is fine, although actually not that great now that I look at it. You have to recognize you have time, okay? Not going to speak about it too much because, you have to see it. You just have to see it, unfortunately. But in this spot, you have to be keeping an eye on your opponents, okay? So the main mistake is back here, okay? We should be having ball come on really here, turning it on ASAP, okay? We do, but we have to understand that his teammates are behind him, right? They've gone back, and we can. I apologize for keeping rewinding, but I will just kind of make this point. Here we can see that in the back corner, there's a player, right? In the far back corner. This player is going down the pitch nearest to us, okay? If we look from a fly cam, we would see that guy is supersonic going down the pitch. He's clearly going for that back boost. It means this guy's alone. It means as soon as he has made his play, there is not going to be a follow-up. There's no follow-up, okay? So we just have to recognize that. There's no advice. I can't give a tip on that because it's experience, and it's just being aware that you have to take times in situations like that. Okay, this is fine. Take time. Don't jump instantly because you're not going to gain anything by jumping instantly for this, okay? So you want to drive a little bit quicker, a little bit longer to this ball before you jump. That's all it is. Because we jump, we don't get us there as fast as we can. It's easier to drive on the ground. It's easier to make adjustments on the ground. It's quicker to make adjustments on the ground. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think it is. I'll say it. I think it's quicker to make adjustments on the ground. I'm pretty sure you just turn faster. I don't know if that's completely accurate with this game, but you definitely react quicker, that's for sure. You'll turn quicker, you'll get there quicker, you'll be in a more straight line going up to that ball. It'll make the shot easier. That's the main reason why you shouldn't jump for that ball instantly. Simple as that. Nice kickoff. Right, really good kickoff. Nice recovery. Good. Behind. Crossover. Yep. Up the wall, maybe. That's fine as well. Don't mind it. Okay. Indecisive. We're first man. Do what you want. It's genuinely do what you want. Of course, to a limit. But make sure we're doing something at least. If you're not going to do anything, which we really don't do, then just don't go. You know, focus on bumping the mid guy here. If there is a player mid, which there will be, he's trying to support this player. So, you know, just drive through in this position, okay? As soon as we see this, you know, we have a couple of options, all right? Let's get the trusty pen out. All right, I need to get the pen working more for you guys, okay? So we can do, you know, a couple of things. Let me put a dot there so it actually stops me from spazzing the camera out. I don't know why it does that. We can go up the wall like that, okay? And we can just challenge this guy. We can force him round. If we do that, we want to be making sure... There's a couple of things. If the guy is behind the ball, we just need to be making sure we don't really jump off the ball, okay? If he's got the ball like on top of his car or he's beside it, we need to be basically jumping off the wall towards that midfield and covering basically his first touch that is slightly off the wall, okay? So it's hard to show it with this camera angle, but basically just covering the midfield approach where his touch would be going into the midfield, covering that option. I don't mind that we faked this as well, okay? So I'll play it on a little bit. We faked it, okay? As soon as this happens, you have to gun towards the wall, right? And I'll show it from... Let me get a bit of a better angle on this. We have to be driving up the wall right now. Because... And I'll explain why. So we're here. This guy is coming at the ball from this angle. Simple as that, right? Coming at the ball from that angle. We have to play his touch up the wall because that's the most dangerous spot. If he fakes it, which is possible, so we drive up the wall, we cover the high touch, okay? More into this spot. That's where his touch is going to go. We'll be in a good spot to block it. If he fakes it, that means he takes time. If your opponent takes time, that means it gives you more time as well. So you can commit and then just go back down, bump him, drive at him, challenge him, fake it for your teammate, maybe force a flick, whatever you want to do. Drive past him and bump this guy. Make sure your teammate's challenging him quickly to capitalize on that. But, you know, there's so many different things you can do from there. But just you have to cover this. Oh, God, there it is. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Let me know in the comments if you know. But you have to cover this high spot first. That's the whole point of this, what I'm trying to explain, okay? If you don't do that, this is what happens. You just simply get outplayed, okay? And we would have been there. We would have been there, right, for that touch. Now, if we don't want to do that for whatever reason, I believe that's the best play to do. You can disagree. You know, I'm not perfect at this game. I definitely make well enough mistakes on my own. So, you know, that's fine if you don't think that's the best play. If you don't think that's the best play, you don't want to do it. You have to at least drive at the opponent, right? So just drive underneath the ball, just in a straight line. And if we play it, you'll probably hit him. Yeah, he goes through that path at some point. So if you drove through that line, you'll hit the opponent. That gives your teammates behind you a free ball, and they can play, and you probably get a demo, in fact, and they will have a free 1v1. That's the whole point, or 1v2. Okay, they'll be in the better spot. So that's how you play that situation. You're a little bit sorry, not boost. You're a little bit ball hungry, actually. You're very ball hungry. Okay, we're like, and I'll point a couple things out before I move on. I will speed this replay up, but I'll point this one out, and we'll kind of carry on a little bit and not pause too much from here. But you see that this player, you are sticking around too much. You just focus on the ball. You need to give your teammates time to move into the gaps a little bit better, okay? So in a position like this is a mistake that we turned this way. That's a mistake, okay? The best rotation is turning outwards. You want to be covering as much of the pitch as possible. That's a general rule. There's going to be times where you don't want to be doing that, okay? But if we generally covering most of the pitch as possible. So rotating like this into the play, that is not going to be your best bet, going like that. Into your teammates, into, you know, where they're already covering. Because if we look at where each of our teammates is covering, if we play this on really quickly, hopefully it plays on. There we go. If we have a look at where each of our teammates is covering, this guy is covering the space in here. He's got this basically part of the pitch covered right now. This guy has, I'd say, this part of the pitch covered right now, maybe even a little bit further up to there. You need to basically not be in this part, right? So you rotate outwards like that. If you notice, if we just play on, this is going to be really ugly for you guys to look at here as we play this one on. But you'll see if you rotate through that last line, this one here, I'm still getting used to this, boys. I do apologize. You'll see that you are in a much better position for this shot. right? Simple as that. You'll be in a straight line. So you need to rotate out wide, okay? I don't want you to be rotating too much in your teammates' way, because that's what's happening right now. We move on and we look, we're pushing. We'll go from a fly cam for this one. That'll be easier to show you. Ball's gone across. We have to know that our teammate's here. That's just general rotation. We can also see him, right? We go behind him. Rotate like this. Don't go through the pitch like that. You go this way, right? Wide behind our teammate. We play on. Let the kind of thing go. You'll be there where my arrow is ending about now. To be honest, you can cut a little bit in. That's a bit too wide, okay? You'd go in more of this angle. If we go back, you'd go more. You assess it. Of course, you know, if the ball's if your teammate's getting beat for a ball, for example, you go wide, right? If they're not getting beat to a ball, you cut it short. You go mid, like quickly, right? And then we'll play it, and you'll see if you do this rotation. Sorry, in a second, I'm too far ahead. You'll be behind your teammate as he's going for this ball. Your teammate Andy is going to be in this position over here, which is going to be really nice for us to play off. We're going to be, you know, here. This guy's going up. This guy's here for a pass in the future. It's a triangle. That's a really nice triangle. We're covering a lot of the pitch. We're playing safe, and we're playing not safe, but we're keeping the ball in their half, which is what you want to be doing when you're playing this game. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Hello. There we go. Okay. So we push up for this ball. We use 70 boost, 60 boost. We cover the midfield or the boost at least, and we get the boost. It's not the end of the world, but we are slightly out of position now, and you see this is the outcome of our poor mistake here, of our poor decision. Sorry, we would be behind Andy right now, and we would be right here for this drop down. Lovely 50 by Andy. In most people's eyes, he didn't win the 50, but he won that perfectly. Goes behind him, free shot, you slam that. You will score this, okay? It will just be a goal if you follow that rotation that we did, because you'd be in a straight line, you'd be shooting, and we wouldn't have to cut across the pitch like we did to get a side on touch, and we would also be quicker to the ball, okay? That should have been a goal. We did a good bump play and got the ball, got the free open net, but our teammate did miss, okay? This is fine. Just, focus on the player. I don't know if you meant to bump that first guy. We definitely didn't mean to bump the Octane here that we just bumped, but that's fine. That's just happened in this game, which we'll gladly take. But just, even if you didn't bump, sorry, messing up my words. If you didn't mean to bump the Dominus player, KGB East, you do have to mean to do it. That should be your focus in that position, just bumping the car, not going for the ball. All right, get out of the way. Again, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Where's this guy? Let him move him, okay? Let him move him. Just be wider, at least. If you don't want to let him move in, because I might be wrong in that position, he was a little bit far away, so I do admit could be a little bit of a mistake to just let him go. But that being said, he will probably be there in a second. Yeah, he's going to be there. Let him move in, or be wider with your rotations. You need to be wider. It'll give you better angles to go onto these balls. Don't drift. Don't drift there. Just go wide. Wide, and you'll have much better results. We try and pre-flip to control. We mess up. That's fine. The pre-flip was slightly poor, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay. All right, we're very passive on our rotation here. Rotate through the midfield in this spot. I need to take my own. Can the replay fix itself, please? This is one of Rocket League bugs that has been in the game for so long. It shows you have boost when you don't sometimes, when you rewind too much. Okay, go through the midfield. Let's watch from a high angle. We'll see why. God, I'm so bad at this. There we go. We want to be helping our teammates out here. Just go through this pad kind of pathing. If we show you, I'd get this pad and go in this line, okay? And once you do that, you'll see we'll get to this spot about now, okay? And if this pass comes off the backboard, we're going to be there, right? Because we'll move into this spot here. I've got stick drift on my controller. If you guys are wondering why the camera is going into the pitch slightly. So you'll go through this pathing, and then you'll go into this spot, and you just linger. You just linger in this position, because being here, right where we are, we're not really guarding anything that our team isn't already guarding, and that's the whole point. We want to always be guarding different things. Okay, so if we're not guarding this spot, we bump this guy, and that removes all of the presence. It removes all of the pressure. get a bump on this guy. Who does this guy have to pass to? He has to go solo. If he doesn't score, which he's very unlikely to on 2 defenders that are closing the gaps pretty well, then 1, we probably get a clear into a counter-attack goal, or 2, we just defend the play a lot better. If we see how this one plays out, I'm sure it's not going to be the end of the world, but these can be the end of the world when we don't cover those mid spots, when we're actually was really bad. We might have been there for that touch coming off of the midfield if we rotated through the mid. Okay, we would have been on low boost for sure, but it's better to be on low boost, making a positive impact, than being on high amount of boost and then conceding and never getting to use that boost. Right, goes away after the kickoff. Right, it's like this is a terrible analogy. But it's like, if a billionaire or multi-millionaire never spends all their money, they just die and they have no money. You can't take the money to the grave, right? You can't take the boost to the grave, right? After you concede, that's what it is. That was terrible. We'll move on. Okay, that was a good clear by opponents, to be fair. All right. This touch is good. We're hitting it slowly into the corner. We're taking time. It's safe. I like it. We're pushing up. That's fine. Maybe slightly too quick. I don't mind it, actually. No, it's not too quick, because if Andy gets past mid, we're perfect here and we just score. Simple as that. So I don't mind that. That's fine. Okay. This flip is bad, and that's all I'll say, because we're flipping as our teammate's about to get a touch forward, which means we pick up speed and then we cut our speed off, all right? And then we cut our speed off again. We're very picking up speed, losing speed. It's just not what we want. It's not smooth. It's not efficient, okay? So when our teammates are about to get a touch forward, you really want to be flipping. And that's a general thing in this position. Of course, don't take that and just run with it and never flip when someone is getting a touch on the ball. But yeah, that's just a general kind of thing. Great play. We probably score. Close. Let's have a look at this guy's point of view, because I want to see if it was almost in, because that's a really nice play. Okay, right. It should have been a goal. That was a fantastic play. Yeah, that's why I thought we were going to score, because we should have, right? That's really good. Love this. Pre-flip. It's a fantastic play. I think you could just take time and take it into a ceiling shot. But that all being said, I don't want you to think this is a really bad play at all, because it's great. We should have scored. But just be careful with some of these pre-flips we're trying to get, because yeah, we could just control the ball like this. This is great, and we probably score a double flip reset here. Because I'm not, I saw your replay name, man. I saw your replay name. His replay name is double reset in threes ? I know why you sent this replay in. Look, I'll let you have your fame, your praise. This was a fantastic shot, absolutely fantastic. I love it. Okay, I absolutely love it. So you have the mechanics to be able to do what I was telling you to do earlier with that mid pass off the poor touch from the side. So you should have just done something like this flip underneath the ball. Great stuff. Okay, simple as that. So I want to see you taking a little bit more time. Stop pre-flipping. Even though we should have scored off that one play, we could have taken it up the wall and gone for a play like that. It would have been better. So, okay, that's not great. So just wait, right? In fact, go to the ceiling challenge, right? So learn how to go up, and you'd be in a position like this, right? If we want to ceiling chow, we would drive up in a pretty vertical straight line and come out the ceiling like this, okay? Coming out the ceiling like this, right? That's what the challenge you'd want to do here. The reason is because the player is quite close to us, so we need to be going more, okay? We need to be going more, I don't know why it does that, more upwards like that, right? Straight line upwards onto the ceiling, float, okay? It's very difficult to do this. I'm going to actually show it to you in free play, just so everyone has an understanding of what I mean real quick, because I know sometimes words, they don't show you truly what it means. So in that one spot, because the player is close to us, we want to just be floating. I'm sorry that the ball cam is where it is. If I can get it over here, we might have a bit of a better time understanding what's going on there. Okay, ball comes up. We would drive up like this and just simply float. The player's now in the air and we can challenge them as we please, okay? That's hard. It's a lot of car control, but you can do it, okay? Now, let's say the ball the player is over here, right? He's going off the backboard like this from his defense. We want to get a little bit more forward momentum on our ceiling challenge. So that's why the difference between how you jump to the ceiling or how you drive to the ceiling, whether you're going, straight vertically upwards and a little bit more backwards, like we just showed you for the first one, like we're recommending this player to do, or going more, forward. Those are the two different ones, okay? And I just wanted to take a quick moment to explain those two. That's high level stuff though. It's hard to do, but you can do it. You can absolutely do that. So that's what I recommend you doing here. Don't challenge because he's simply just going to get a touch around you. This can be really awkward for your teammate. He could get dunked there, right? He doesn't. He does a good job. But we also just use all of our boost. Okay. Just be careful. I don't mind it, but you can also just focus on the car. Focus on the car and not the ball. I know you're trying to do a little bit of both here. You're trying to get just a piece of whatever you can. In fact, I just think you just forget about the ball. Focus on the car. Don't jump off the ball because it makes your recovery very slow here and very awkward. In fact, this is probably the best you're going to get, right? It's not terrible, but it's not fantastic. We're low on boost. If we just drive into this player, we're going to be able to go down the wall quicker. We'll probably get a demo. We can get this boost pad into maybe this one if it spawns, and we'll recover front post with 24. It'll be nicer for us, okay? Simple as that. This can also send us in a bad way if we get bumped off of that. It's just not fantastic to go for. Okay, we drove out too quickly here, so you've got to understand, right? This player you need to understand your teammates more. Your teammates' positioning, you're very unaware in this one replay. Not saying it's you as a player, just in this one replay, you're very unaware of where your other teammate is, the person that isn't on the ball. We saw it when you're cutting across the pitch. We see it when you're not rotating. You're rotating into your teammate's path instead of out their way. Again, we're rotating into our teammate's path. You need to cover different parts of the pitch. It's very basic. You'll get it down very quickly. But sometimes the basics are the hardest things to do in this game at a high level because the player's moving quicker. We get to a new rank and we have to learn these new mechanics and we forget about the basics, okay? So just rejig your memory on it. Cover different parts of the pitch as your teammates, right? This guy is covering the right side of the pitch. He's moving into the left side. Of course, here, he's covering this spot. That means we don't need to drive into this spot. Even if there's shiny boost pads there, we have to drive into the other shiny boost pad spot. In fact, shinier boost pad over here. Go grab this one. Cover different parts of the pitch. Simple as that, right? My guy's covering that part, cover this part. We'll be there for this ball. This won't be awkward for us. They could have scored off that. In fact, now they're all committed because that's sometimes what happens in ranked threes. But we got lucky, okay? Right, that's fine. Again, I just think plays like this, you're going to want to just avoid when you're trying, after this replay analysis, after you go and play ranked, don't do this. I'm not saying it's bad play. I'm not saying you can't do it ever again. Just whilst you're learning, not rotating in front of your teammates and into the positions that are already covering, really get this out of your game. Go wide here. Go the other direction. Simple as that, okay? Rotate like this, okay? Not like that. Simply, we're just going the wrong way. If we rotate like this, and let's play this... God, why did it keep doing that? Come on. There we go. And then just play this. You'll see now will be probably where the arrow is ending about now. And you'll see that that's a much nicer rotation, okay? We can then perhaps... Let's get rid of that and go back to your POV. We can then... Or not even back to your POV. Let's say we're here right now instead of over there. We can then see where this ball is going. Okay, they're touching it maybe to this direction. Okay, now we're going to cover different parts of the pitch. We're going to go through that boost pad here. We're going to go through this boost pad here and turn this way, right? Now look at this triangle we've got. This guy's covering the right side of the pitch. He might be a little bit too far pushed up, but that's a different point. He's still there, okay? This guy's challenging. He's trying to force it back to this player. You're playing anything that's spilling out here to this direction. You're pointing your car in this direction. So if it goes over there, you can instantly move up into this part of the pitch. We can then beat this player maybe. Maybe not. We have to fake challenge. That's fine. The attack's over. But it means that we're not over here. This isn't a bad spot to be, right? Sometimes we make bad rotations and be in perfect spots. I don't think this is one of them, but I'm saying that this isn't a terrible spot. In fact, it's pretty decent. It's just sometimes you're not going to be there when the ball comes there. You're going to be in a worse spot. I don't want you making that habit over and over again. I'm not saying that's why we concede here. I'm not going to be like that, even though I could. It definitely wasn't, the reason we conceded there. But maybe it's a factor, maybe it's a small factor, but no, we conceded here. That's tough. In fact, I'm actually just going to skip it, which I know some people won't be a fan of, but... Okay, so this play is bad because we use 100 boost and just get the ball to the midfield line. So you just want to be getting behind the ball in this spot and forcing a 50. In fact, I think you did a fine play. I'm clutching at straws here to find a reason. Your teammate shouldn't have gone for the ball, and that's what made this awkward, okay? If we want to be really pedantic, you have to just jump off the backboard and try and get behind this ball as soon as you make a poor touch like that. It's really hard. I'm not going to speak about it because it's just too particular. That was a tough position. You were awkward, and it wasn't much of your doing there. That was tough. All right. Rotate wide. I like it, even though it's just because we're going for the boost. That's still fine. Look, we're now in a good position because we've rotated wide. We've gone into spots where our teammate's not covering. Our teammate cuts us off. It's okay. Not the end of the world, but he does cut us off. But you'll see now, look, it's beautiful. The positioning we've got. This guy's covering here. This guy's on the ball. Okay, this guy should have been there. He should... Dude, I was like, this position is great. We've got the whole team covering, kind of the main spots. But this guy, where are you, Vitality? Turn. He has to turn. Simply, he turned the wrong way in my eyes, in my opinion. He has to be pushing up to that left side of the pitch and covering the left side of the field here, a little bit closer than he is. Again, sometimes you're rewarded with good spots. That wasn't a bad spot at all, but he definitely could have been better then. And that's just my point. You'll see as you rotate wide, because you all did it, you'll be in nice spots, okay? Again, this isn't terrible, but just get out of the way. Just get out of the way, at least for now. At least for now. Again, it's not terrible. You can do this at high rank and your teammates will understand what you're doing, but just make it easy for them. You will be rewarded for it, I promise you, okay? We don't need this 100 boost pad. Look, we're on 38, okay? We're on 38 right now. Look what you can do, right? 38 boost. We go to this boost pad first, into this one, and let's just play it out really quick and see if our teammate, he doesn't pick up anything, okay? So we just go to this one as well. In fact, we might even go here and then to this one. Rotate a little bit wide, grab this boost pad, and then you can support your teammate pushing forward like this, right? That's the play you want to be doing. And if we did that, we have 12, 24, 36, 48. So we were on 38 boost right now. We picked up 48. We've on 86 boost, okay? Fantastic. 86 boost, push up. Let's get that off our screen. Push up. We turn around to get the touch. That's what would have happened. And we'll be on the same amount of boost, but it's just about putting ourselves in those positions that are going to be more consistent, okay? Simple as that. It's just going to be a more consistent position. Nice. Nice, that's fine, actually. I was slightly worried about this player staying on the wall, but in fact, I didn't see that he just didn't recover as he wanted to here. Okay, I want you to go to the ceiling more. So that's a big thing I want you to add to your game. Ceiling plays instead of just jumping off the ball. You want to get behind the ball, don't jump. You can hit this ball by not jumping and just simply drive onto the ceiling. It's a tough control to do, but you need to work on stuff like this. That might be slightly too far out, but try it. Try it. You have to be able to try this stuff because plays like this where you're jumping off the wall with 20 boost, they don't turn up too much. This time it doesn't turn up too much. It doesn't reward you too often. Okay, that's awkward. Teammate definitely made a mistake at some point here, but let's see what we could have done. Teammate shouldn't have dived, and then our teammate is just pushing back. He doesn't need to be pushing back here. There's no danger. There's no danger. In fact, he creates the danger. He allows the space to happen. He's got a perfect space. In fact, he's slightly too far away already, but he has to close the space down and almost go for the ball because this guy's going to fake it clearly. And you just have to cover the long shot. In fact, you're covering the long shot. You're going to be back for this. So this teammate is very, very far away, which makes this extremely awkward. Let me go back to his POV. He's just never challenging. He's in no man's land. So this is really poor by him. Let's see if we could have done anything. So you need to keep ball cam on more here. Okay, so that's a small tip. That's very small improvement to your game, but just keep ball cam on more when touches are about to happen or when key moments are about to happen. For example, a player is leaving our half, okay? You need to see where they're going to go. Are they going to go all the way back, or are they going to go to a half rotation and cover the midfield line? That means the player who is the opponent who's currently on the ball, who is getting the touch next, they have a supporting player or they don't. That can affect whether we have a free ball or not if that player who is on the ball gets a bad touch, okay? So stuff in key moments like that. By the way, that exact example happened earlier when I told you about when the player gave you a free ball and there was two people in the corners, one rushing back from our corner going into this defensive corner from the orange player's point of view. And yeah, you didn't take time here. So stuff like that, key moments in this spot, you didn't take time. Key moments, we need to be turning ball, come on, keeping ball, come on. To understand if this guy is going to get a dribble touch, just a controlled touch into a flick, or a hard hit like this, because now we're not ready. No way we would have reacted to that, okay? Also rotate wide. Simple as that. You just have to rotate wider here. Your teammate has the front post covered. Go wide. That will allow you to get onto this ball. If we go wide in this position, so I'll just draw it up if it's not clear for some people watching. He wants to go here, all right? Here. And be in this area about, let's play it, about now, okay? Now. And you'll get onto that ball because you have a better view of what's happening in front of you. Simple as that, right? Because this ball is kind of above your head and you have to cut all of your momentum off, we get back to net too soon. That's what can happen. A massive rotational mistake, people, or positioning, bit of both. People make a massive mistake. People make bit of a tongue twister is getting to a position too soon, especially getting back to net too soon. My recoveries are so fast. I'm getting to net so quickly. Not a good thing, right? You're just getting there too quick, right? Because now we have to cut all of our momentum off. That means the ball's over our head. Makes it very awkward, as we see here. We do a good job of saving it. Poor shot. We get lucky, right? Our opponents could have scored that. Okay. Oh. Ceiling, please. That's fine as well, actually. That's fine. So I take that back. Do we score it? You've sent me a replay where you just peeked twice. Look, I don't mind it because we definitely made some mistakes where we could have fixed as well. But we scored a double reset. We scored a reset into a double tap dunk kind of play. I hate you. I'm joking, man. It's a fantastic shot. Simple as that. Fantastic shot. Really nice control. Fantastic touch to set up for the double tap or the dunk, whatever you're trying to do. It clearly worked great, okay? The reason I decided to go for a ceiling play here is because I think I wanted to see it. It would also be quite slightly quicker, which can be of benefit here because this guy's going for boost, this guy's pushed up, and this guy's a little bit pushed up. He's going for the ball. So you take him out the play, maybe even him out the play with a really, really fast touch, again, up that curve. So you're aiming to hit it into this curve part. Hit it up the wall, it'll roll into this spot, okay? That will happen. And you can just follow it with a ceiling shot. It will be really nice in this spot. Maybe it's too far down the wall, but just try it. But again, I'm not taking away anything from this shot. I think you made a perfect decision. That was just an alternate play that could work in that play if you want to be practicing it or just something else to go for. Simple as that. Sometimes you want to mix things up. Fantastic shot. Interesting. Is that normal? Maybe your teammate could need boosted, but that's strange. Usually it's, this player goes for boost, this player cheats, but I don't mind it as long as it's coordinated. That's fine. Okay, that's bad. With 5 seconds left, don't boost on the cheat. Okay? You want to learn about cheating, stick to, not boost, don't boost. Soft cheat, that's what we call it. Just soft cheat. No boost, soft cheat, okay? Hard cheat where you're boosting, you're trying to play aggressive. Soft cheat, you're up. 8 seconds left, we've got a goal. Don't need to score. We're covering all the losses. That's what our job here is. Cover the losses. Excuse me. This guy turns back. God knows what he's doing. I have no idea what he's doing. He's just took the slowest approach to a back boost pad that I've ever seen. Okay, he got like kind of, I don't know. He reversed slightly and then he did this approach. He turns back. He has to turn this way, okay? Back through the boost pad like this. Cover anything that's going to come straight to net if it can happen off a kickoff. Play defensive. You play defensive on the cheat. You just cover everything that can be of a really bad, dribble attempts. So we don't boost, and we just simply cover the losses. We don't boost again. Cover the losses. Don't push up into that spot. I think it's just not a good thing to do. 5 seconds left. What? I mean, Jesus, this is really bad. We're slamming the ball. we just slam it off the ball. We set up a shot for our opponents there. 2 seconds, 5 seconds left. We've played this really poorly. That's a nice save though. Good composure, but yeah, just a couple mistakes. Good. We go wide. This is good. That's really good. We go wide on that. It's nice. Yep. Cool. Great game. Good game. 2 insane goals, man. Simple as that. Fantastic shots. Lots to learn from this replay. I think I'm really happy with how that one turned out. I think there's tons to digest there. I think the main thing is clearly you have to rotate wide. We're getting in front of our teammates way too much, okay? That's a massive mistake that you're making. Our boost pad pathing is going to get better because if we correct that mistake, that's what's making our boost pad pathing slightly not perfect. And other than that, you were pretty solid. Let me just pause for a second. I hope you guys don't mind, and take a look at some of the weaknesses he provided. Aerial boost efficiency. So I think, for example, going off the wall with 20 boost, you want to be trying to get to the ceiling. That's a more boost efficient path to take. With low boost, going to the ceiling for a shot, don't know why, it just is better. I mean, you just don't have to use as much boost for more moments. Simple as that. Countering weird kickoff strats, it didn't happen in this replay. I'm not going to speak about it too much. Taking too much time on balls that I clearly have, that didn't happen in this replay again. Sometimes we didn't take enough time, I thought. We gave an example when the opponent was going all the way back down the same line as us, and we hit the ball. We didn't take enough time. Cheats, you said you had a weakness on, clearly was at the end. Just soft cheats, stick to that. I think that will serve you best in solo queue. And 50-50s, you didn't take too many 50-50s in this replay. Decision making, I think you were pretty decent. You definitely, you said when to cut rotation, go back post. You always cut rotation, okay? So it wasn't even a question. And this is, I apologize if it's a little bit, too rude almost, but that's not even a question. You didn't cut rotation. You didn't go back post once. You cut rotation every single time, okay? So that's a massive mistake, that you maybe not aware of fully that you did. When to go for big boosts, again, these things, every single thing you've listed here about positioning, boosts, and rotation, they will all be fixed. I promise you, they will all be fixed by going wide and avoiding your teammates' spots. Okay. And I apologize if that's such a basic tip that is, that you weren't kind of expecting and wanted a little bit more, but that is what you have to improve on in my eyes. Like a lot of your mistakes, simple stuff. You're a fantastic player. Just don't push up into, these spots, for example. You need to be covering more wide options. This one wasn't. This one was fine. And we reacted slowly to going up the backboard there. We should be clearing this. But we just slightly took too much time here. You see you hesitated. Yeah, we just have to cover more wide options. And that's what I'm going to say to you. I think you'll get it. If you do, please tell me in the comments or reach out to me. I'd love to know if that helped you. See some of the spots where it was going wrong. Guys, if you have any questions about this replay in particular, please do leave them in the comments. I'm blanking on what else I said, but maybe that was the main thing I talked about for 45 minutes. Maybe it was. But guys, like I said, I hope that helped you. Please do leave any comments down below if you have any. And yeah, and I'm going to leave it there for this one. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.